Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because we're diving into one of the most explosive topics in global politics today: Donald Trump's renewed interest in acquiring Greenland. Yes, you heard that right. The president has once again set his sights on the massive Arctic island, and he's more confident than ever that the United States will eventually take control. But before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed to T's Secret Diary. We're your go-to source for daily, engaging content on all things Donald Trump news. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button now. But why does Trump believe this? What does this mean for Greenland, Denmark, and the rest of the world? And most importantly, could this actually happen? Stick with me, because this story is packed with drama, high-stakes diplomacy, and a vision of the future that could change global power forever. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, Donald Trump made a bold declaration. "I think we're going to have it. The people of Greenland want to be with us." This statement alone is enough to send shockwaves through the international community. Trump is not just speculating, he's speaking with conviction. But where does this confidence come from? According to Trump, Greenland's 57,000 residents are in favor of becoming part of the United States. This claim, however, stands in stark contrast to what Greenlanders themselves are saying. Local leaders and citizens have repeatedly rejected the idea of a U.S. takeover, with some calling Trump's statements offensive and out of touch with reality. Still, Trump remains undeterred. He sees Greenland as a strategic necessity for America's future, particularly when it comes to international security. On the surface, Greenland might seem like an unusual target for a geopolitical power struggle. But dig a little deeper, and the reasoning becomes clear. Military strategy. Greenland is positioned between North America and Europe, making it a key location for U.S. military presence. In fact, the United States already has a military base there, the Thule Air Base, which plays a critical role in missile defense. Natural resources. The Arctic is becoming increasingly valuable due to its untapped resources. Greenland is rich in rare earth minerals, uranium, and iron, resources that are essential for technology, defense, and economic dominance. Countering China and Russia. Trump and many U.S. strategists believe that if America does not solidify control over Greenland, other global superpowers, especially China and Russia, could step in and gain influence. For Trump, the argument is simple. Greenland must be part of the U.S., not just for America's benefit, but for the security of the free world. It has nothing to do with the United States other than that we're the one that can provide the freedom. They, Denmark, can't, Trump stated. This kind of language is classic Trump, positioning himself as the defender of democracy while challenging the authority of other nations. But Denmark and Greenland are not buying it. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has not minced words. She made it clear that Greenland belongs to the Greenlanders and that its future is in their hands, not Trump's. Reports indicate that Trump and Frederiksen had a heated 45-minute phone call last week, in which she forcefully rejected any notion of selling the island. Sources described the conversation as horrendous and warned that Trump's persistence could escalate tensions between the U.S. and Denmark. Frederiksen is not alone. Greenland's own Prime Minister, Mute Egede, stated that decisions about the island's land and resources belong to Greenlanders alone. However, he did acknowledge the need for closer cooperation with the U.S. on defense and mining, signaling that Greenland is open to working with America, but on its own terms. While Trump insists that Greenlanders want to be with us, the people of Greenland seem to have a different opinion. A local fishing boat captain told the BBC, "Trump is welcome to visit, but Greenland belongs to Greenlanders." Church elder Kalirak Ringstead went even further, calling Trump's language not acceptable and rejecting the idea outright. So, if the Greenlandic people and their leaders are against this, why does Trump still believe he can make it happen? Believe it or not, there are ways Trump, or any future U.S. president, could move toward acquiring Greenland. Direct purchase. This is Trump's preferred method. He views it as a business deal. America has money, and Greenland has land. However, with both Denmark and Greenland rejecting the idea, this option seems highly unlikely. Economic influence. The U.S. could pour money into Greenland's economy, increasing its dependence on America. Over time, this could create an economic relationship where Greenland is more aligned with U.S. interests than with Denmark. Military or political pressure? In a controversial statement, Trump refused to rule out the use of military or economic force to bring Greenland into the U.S. sphere. While this might sound extreme, history has shown that powerful nations sometimes use aggressive tactics to get what they want. The question is, how far is Trump willing to go? Whether or not Greenland ever becomes part of the United States, Trump's push for it highlights a larger battle for control of the Arctic. With global warming making the region more accessible, powerful nations are racing to secure influence over its resources and strategic locations. Trump sees himself as the leader who can position America at the forefront of this battle. And if he returns to the White House in 2024, this issue could become even more serious. So, what does this all mean? For Trump supporters, this is classic 45. Thinking big, making bold moves, and pushing America's interest forward. For his critics, it's another reckless idea that could spark international conflict. But here's the real takeaway. Trump is not just playing a game. He is serious. And whether it's Greenland, the Arctic, or any other global hotspot, his approach to geopolitics will continue to shake the world. The only question is, will the world be ready for it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Should the U.S. take control of Greenland, or is Trump going too far? Let's get the discussion started.